Hey guys, Dominic with SoCal Ponds. In this video, I'm going to talk about the components of the pond. All right, we get a lot of phone calls. People call us up, and they might try to explain a problem with their filter overflowing or their debris in their filter, and when actually they're referring to the skimmer. So I'm just going to name off all the components and what they do, so that way when you call us or any contractor, you can better explain what the issues are or what your concerns are with each component of the pond. All right. So since I'm standing right here, I'm going to start off with the skimmer right here. So this is a skimmer cover, skimmer lid. In this case, it's just a rock, but it's to protect the skimmer, all right? So this particular skimmer has this floating weir in here. So when you clean this thing out, you just pull out the basket, dump out the debris. This debris now will go into the pump and get sucked into the external pump. Some applications, you might have a submersible pump inside of here that is recirculating that water. And sometimes that submersible pump can get clogged up or damaged. So this is the autofill device, which is responsible for keeping the pond full at all times. So this just floats right here, and as this thing goes down, the water comes out of the autofill device. Some cases this piece can become damaged, which will keep the water on all the time and then cause the pond to overfill. So it's very important that you take a look at this and make sure that it's not constantly leaking water. If it is constantly leaking water, maybe this is damaged or maybe the pond has a leak causing this to stay on. This is your overflow drain. So you can tell that the water is right there at the top of this thing here. Any more water, it'll go out, go into a drain. So you always want to make sure that this is clean of debris and there's an opening here for the water to easily escape if needed. Okay, now that the skimmer is all buttoned up and good, I'm going to walk you over here to the pump and filter and we're going to discuss that. Okay, we're going to talk about this filtration system right here, also known as a life support system. And I'm going to kind of just walk you through the way that the water flows. So the water's coming from the skimmer and the bottom drain and then coming over into the pump and filter, all right? So you got your two lanes that are coming from your skimmer and your bottom drain, come into the pump right here. This is an external pump. Water flows into the filters, goes in through a UV light, and then returns back into the pond, all right? Some ponds do not have an external pump. Some ponds may have a submersible pump, which is inside of the skimmer. This particular one, external pump right here, this is called a pump basket, all right? Leaves and debris get trapped inside of here. And if this is full of debris and leaves or whatever it may be, it's gonna slow down the water flow on your waterfall and through the filter, okay? So it's very important that this is kept clean. And it's very important that this lid is not only on correctly, but the O-ring is clean, and then this pump basket has water in it. So when you start the pump up, you gotta have water inside of here. And if you do not see water coming in here, you may have an air leak somewhere else or a blockage or something. We get a lot of calls about the pump not working, and a lot of times it's because this is clogged with debris or leaves or whatever, not allowing water to properly flow through the pump. Next, like I said, the water flows through the filter, so you always wanna make sure there's no leaking here, no water, no damaged pipes or anything. And then your UV light. You can check this piece right here to make sure that the light is working and then flowing back into the waterfall or the pond or wherever the water returns to. Okay, so this life support system is equipped with an aeration pump. This provides oxygen to the water, to the fish, and in this particular pond, it's also operating the skimmer. So we have an airlift skimmer on this pond. So it's very important that this thing's clean and it's operating 24 hours a day. Okay, so this pond has got an aquatic planter that's inside of the area here, inside of the pond, and this is also known as a bog planter or an active bog. All right, so these plants are part of the pond. They're inside the pond, and right here we have the perimeter rock in the liner. So this is okay to grow like this. This is natural, this is normal. This is very healthy and happy right here. So we get calls sometimes where people maybe say that the plants on the outside of the pond are growing into the pond and it's affecting the water. But these plants right here are supposed to be in the pond and are actually growing in the pond water. Okay, so I'm standing at the top of the waterfall right here. This particular pond has a gravel filter or an upflow gravel bog that we build. Some ponds have a black box that's up here. This one does not have that box, but we get calls a lot of times that maybe water's going over the edge of it, or the rocks have fallen inside of here, or there's plants growing over it inside the filter, and it needs to be cleaned out and repaired. So this area here usually has a filter falls or a biofalls filter in the top of the waterfall. If you like this video or you found anything useful, please like and subscribe to us so you can stay up to date with our videos, and stick around for our next video.